Imagine if just 3 words could flip your entire life upside down, take you from dead-end failure to building one of the most powerful companies in the world. 3 words that could make you question every single decision you've ever made and push you to chase something bigger than yourself. That's exactly what happened to a 21-year-old college dropout with no money, no safety net, and nothing but an idea in his head. That kid's name was Steve Jobs. And before this video ends, I'm going to tell you exactly what those 3 words were and how they can change your life too. You know the legend of Steve Jobs, the black turtleneck, the shiny iPhone keynotes, the billions of dollars. But what you don't hear often is how close he was to never making it. 1972. Steve drops out of Reed College. Not because he was lazy, not because he didn't care, but because his parents' life savings were disappearing into tuition, and deep down, he felt like he was wasting time. Picture that for a second. You're 19, your friends are all moving forward, and you're sitting in a cheap apartment with nothing but a sleeping bag on the floor and a head full of ideas that might never work. To eat, Steve would walk 7 miles across town every Sunday to a Hare Krishna temple just to get one free meal. He returned Coke bottles for the 5-cent deposit just to buy food. And this is the part people miss. Steve wasn't Steve Jobs yet. He was just a broke kid trying to figure out if his life meant anything. You ever been there? Staring at your ceiling at 2 a.m., wondering if you're doing the right thing? Yeah, Steve knew that feeling very well. One day, in the middle of all this chaos, Steve hears something. It wasn't a book. It wasn't a lecture. It was a conversation that stopped him cold. An older friend looked him in the eye and said something so simple, so stripped down, that Steve later called it the moment everything changed. Now, I'm not telling you the words yet, because first, you need to see what happened after he heard them. It was like someone had turned on the lights in a dark room. Suddenly, Steve wasn't just drifting. He started working on tiny little projects with his buddy Steve Wozniak, building circuit boards in a garage, selling them to local hobbyists. These were the seeds of Apple, planted long before the world had any clue what was coming. Fast forward a few years, Apple explodes. The Apple II changes the game. By 1984, the Macintosh is born. And then, just as quick, Steve gets fired from his own company. Yeah, imagine that. The company you started, the thing you poured your life into, and they kick you out. But here's the twist. That firing, that humiliation, it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to him. Why? Because the 3 words he'd heard years earlier had hardwired him for this exact moment. They taught him how to see opportunity where everyone else saw disaster. Instead of quitting, he started next. He bought Pixar. He reinvented himself. So when Apple came crawling back in 1997, he was sharper, bolder, and ready to launch products that would literally change the way the world works, communicates, and thinks. So, what were the 3 words? Follow your heart. Not play it safe. Not do what you're told. Just 3 simple words. That's it. That's what carried him through sleeping on floors, getting fired, starting over, and building one of the most valuable companies on earth. And here's the part that matters for you. Those words aren't about reckless dreams. They're about listening to the voice inside you that refuses to be quiet, even when the world says you're crazy. So here's my challenge to you. This week, I want you to take one step, just one, towards something your heart has been whispering about for years. Write it down. Tell one person about it. Or better yet, start it today. And if you're ready to make that promise to yourself, hit that subscribe button right now. Because here at PeakVoice Audio, we're not just telling stories. We're building a tribe of people who are done playing small. Follow your heart. The rest will follow.